May 25th is the 5-year anniversary of the Minneapolis police killing of George Floyd. This is Marcia Howard, a teacher who lived 1 block away. Her whole life changed in the past 5 years, and I want to tell you how. This reporting was done by Sahan Journal, a news outlet in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota. Earlier in her career, Marcia served in the Marine Corps. That'll be relevant later. She taught 10th grade English at Roosevelt High in South Minneapolis. During COVID, she was teaching remotely at home, and on Memorial Day in 2020, she heard commotion outside, then saw the Snapchat of a student, Darnella Frazier, who was a junior. Darnella went for a snack run with her cousin to Speedway gas station. The children witnessed Floyd's murder, and it was Darnella's recording that went viral. Marcia heard commotion outside of her door. She was only 1 block away from 30th in Chicago. And at this point, she wasn't an activist. Her tipping point came later. Hundreds of people gathered, and Marcia went to the square to hand out masks because it was COVID. She started documenting her own footage as a counter to mainstream media narratives that weren't true. People were grieving. They were angry. George Floyd wasn't the first Black man to be killed by Minneapolis police, and people burned down the 3rd police precinct 2 miles away. Residents occupied George Floyd Square and came up with a list of 24 demands. When the National Guard rolled in armored vehicles, something in Marcia snapped. Remember how she was in the Marine Corps? I want to read you this quote. It's really powerful. "To see the apparatus of war on a residential street turned against citizens was the most surreal thing I've ever seen in my life. It really showed me then that my people are the enemy." Since she couldn't sleep, she started doing overnight patrols of the square. Eventually, all of the stress led to a stroke. When Marcia was healthy enough to go back to work, she played a leadership role in the 2022 Minnesota teacher strikes. Her time at George Floyd Square showed her how injustice was linked, whether in schools, the city, or in healthcare. The following year, she ran for president of her teachers' union and won. Marcia meets her neighbors daily at George Floyd Square. They plan mutual aid and advocate to end qualified immunity for police and reopen investigations of the other people they killed. Marcia wasn't the only one inspired to make a difference. Others founded nonprofits like Rise and Remember and memorialized the movement. They're showing up for each other day after day. And the 24 demands that residents created are still outstanding. You can read them here. It really does shine light to truth and power. See you next time.